Alex Pereira, Jamal Hill, light heavyweight, next match for both. What do you think? Now, I tell you what, I've been banging this drum. And I think it's the right move. I think it's the right move because I'm not confident Pereira can make weight. Now, that is a great insult to a fighter. A fighter will do a whole bunch of things, including quit. Every fighter quits. They don't want you to see it. There are a lot of things they don't ever want you to see, but that would be number one. They don't want to see you give up. They don't want to see you quit. Losing is okay. Being knocked out is okay. Getting humiliated is okay. Don't want to see you quit. And if you ever don't make weight, you've now shown in a fighter's mind the greatest weakness, which is mental. Now, every human being has it, including fighters. I'm just sharing with you, they don't want you to see it. So when I come out and I tell you, I don't think Pereira can make weight, I'm giving him a really big insult, and I know that. I know that. I just feel I really understand that one. I was also large, headed to that same weight class of 185 pounds. And I knew that I had to be every bit as invested mentally as I was physically. It was not just about calories in, eating the healthy food. It wasn't that. You had to be absolutely committed. And I'm just trying to guess. I'm following the old golden rule of put myself in somebody else's shoes. If I was Pereira, and I'd already beaten Adesanya, who's the number one contender? Do I just risk it all again and give him that same opportunity? Because me leaving the division doesn't close the door on that. If I'm convinced I'm going to go up to 205 and go grab the belt at 205, Izzy can head up anytime he wants and we can do this again. Like, it doesn't stop that. It would just stop it at 185 and it would just stop it for right now. Now, I just want to share with you that Pereira came out this morning or last night, said I'm giving a real good look to Robert Whittaker. And he even furthered that thought by saying, if Izzy. So here's the order, just to make sure you understand. I won't do it verbatim. I'll tell you what he said. He said, it's Izzy's fight. But if Izzy doesn't want it right away, I am going to accept that date. I am going to accept that weight class. I am going to defend. I'll just do it against Robert Whittaker. This is what he said. Well, that seems like a pretty well thought out plan. Like most plans that have a contingency or a plan B are plans that you're pretty serious about. So when he laid out this idea and had a plan B, I go, okay, he's going to 185 pounds. I had this wrong. Now, saying you're going to 185 and then making 185 are two different things, and I think that it's a lot for Pereira, but this is a very special guy, right? Who am I to question the mental or physical toughness of the guy that's got a belt that says he's mentally and physically tougher than any other man alive, right? It's one of these weird spots, but I am trying to guess. And then as you look at 205 pounds, I think we got a real interesting thing there with Prochazka coming back. I'm not announcing for you this is breakthrough business and let's go book Madison Square Garden. But I'm sharing with you, I think that we have an interesting thing. It's always interesting, right? A guy always has to leave. You can't come back if you don't leave first. If Jon Jones couldn't sell tickets at 205, if he announced that he's come back to 205 after we've seen the change, it'd be different. It'd be more exciting, right? So I like the Prochazka thing. But because of the Prochazka thing, I don't know that we have to have Pierre at 205. I don't know that we ever had to have him at 205. I think it was just as simple as he's now eligible to go, and I'm going to make a guess early that he does, but now we say he's got a plan and a backup plan. I want to tell you this. The bigger issue is, what do we do when he is gone? And he's already told us, I'm taking a guy at his word. And the guy's word was, when Glover's gone, I'm going up. The only reason I'm here is because I want Adesanya and I want to stay out of Glover's way. I'm just taking those words. I clung to them, and maybe I'm being too much of a literalist. But then I saw the pictures, and this is a really big guy. And what his motivation is to go down and get Robert Whittaker. I mean, we're saying the same thing, right? If Pereira goes up and somebody go, well, you ran away from me or I never gave my opportunity, come on up. I'll fight y'all. But we're going to do it at 205. And that was a point not made by me. That was a point made by Pereira. He made that point talking to Ariel Helwani and referencing Chimaev. He said, I not only don't fear Chimaev, I don't even respect him. I'll fight him, but I'm not going to cut the weight for him. I'm not going to go train for him. I'm not going to put my belt up, which just means I'm not going to go to 185. I'll fight him. I'll agree to it right now. I'm going to go do it at 205. If he's so damn tough, what should weight matter? I want to be a little bit more comfortable. Let's go to it 205. Holidays are coming up. It was one of these things where nobody argued, including Chimaev. Like, everybody heard what Pereira said. It kind of goes, oh, okay. All right. And that's kind of Chimaev's language anyway. Like, we recognize our own, right? One tough guy is going to recognize another tough guy. Pereira coming out and saying, yeah, I'll do it, but I'm going to do it at 205. I'm not going to show you the respect of doing it. Like, Chimaev would get that kind of speak. That's the kind of thing that Chimaev would say himself. So Chimaev never even fired back on this. He never go, well, then let's do it at 205. He was like, oh, okay, cool move. I'll make mine later, but we're all good here. It was just one of these interesting spots. It was an interesting thing. But I do want to bring that to you ahead of time. Because if Pereira isn't going up now, I do believe I'm at least right on everything that I said, meaning he wants to. The absolute maximum I would concede for you today is that I'm right and he wants to. But if there's other factors keeping him down, I would then guess that those factors are, look, you're going to screw a whole division. You go walking away after you ran through everybody. You've only done this 6 damn times, and you're already the champion of the world. We bump you up to 205. We got to put you for a belt there. You might have done this 7 times and be a 2-time champion of the world. You're going to ruin our whole sport. Can't have you leave a division. You got to stick around. You got to prove yourself just a little bit. I mean, I think it's one of those things, and I would just counter that by saying, no, the Paulo Costas can fight him. The Robert Whitakers can come fight him. Israel Adesanya can come fight him. Same way that Chimaev could have come and fought him. I'm just going to have to do it at 205 pounds. And I don't think there's a great discrepancy there. But I do think with Prochazka coming back, I think he got some moving parts. I think he got a little bit of protection. I think that Jamal Hill probably having a pretty fun week. The one thing you don't get to do is bask in the glow, right? Everybody gets 15 minutes, and if anybody earned it, it was Jamal Hill. And everywhere he turns around, somebody's trying to, well, what about this guy? What about this guy? What they're really saying is, can you really beat these guys? Should you really be the world champion? That's what these people that are asking him these questions really mean. Well, what if Pereira comes up? Well, what if Prochazka comes back? Right? Tough spot for Jamal. But I think he's got a lot of really good answers. I think he's got a lot of really good responses. I think he's got a lot of really good options. He doesn't have to have Pereira. I'll just suggest for you that 85 in the field also doesn't have to have Pereira, at least not there. They can do the same thing he does, and they can follow him to 205.